All right, play call sheet is all set as I do my best. Liam Cohen here. Happy Halloween and welcome here into Teal the show. No candy, no trick-or-treats, but we do have Travis the Hunter hanging out with us tonight.
Yeah, this was a pick early. I know we got some bad news to talk about with Travis Hunter, but I tried my best, Coach. I tried my best.
All right, so tough day. This wasn't the news that maybe anybody wanted to have when we were talking about Travis Hunter, but Travis Hunter going to be going on IR for the Jaguars. He had a non-contact injury to his right knee during practice on Thursday. So the rookie going to miss at least some time, maybe a lot of time. We'll see. A lot of uncertainty still around this thing. But Liam Cohen did not sound that encouraged about the opportunity of him being back in January. So we'll see. But he did want to say they had some more testing to be done on that knee.
I don't know if it's anybody, necessarily specific, right? It's the whole crew go out and let's go perform, right? We've go back to training camp days that Travis was on defense, and it was Diami, BT, and Parker rolling at the receiver positions and did some really good things. So I have a lot of confidence in these guys that it's a great opportunity for all of us to work through a little adversity and the guys to go out and perform at a high level. Yeah, there were some tweaks that had to be made for sure, but I really do. It's not like anything like this is ever seamless, right? But we have dealt with in training camp all the way through all spring of days that he was on defense, the offense didn't have him and vice versa. And so we've operated. Now, I'm not saying it's ever easy, but I do believe and have a lot of confidence that go out, guys, let's go let it rip, play, have fun, cut it loose. And it's on us, obviously, to put them in a position to be successful. And, the plan has to do with that. So there was a little tweaking that had to be done. But honestly, the guys all handled it great.
Guys handling it great, twinning there with Coach Cohen. Look, we got the memo done. But look, tough conversation. You start talking about the hype that was around Travis Hunter, especially after his big game against the Rams. Coming out of the bye week, the expectation was that this guy was going to be even more involved than he already was. But now the injury news, definitely a big shakeup for the roster. Obviously, the coach and the team are going to take that next man up mentality. But sometimes it's not that simple. Those are big shoes to fill for Travis, especially when you start thinking about the fact that he's playing reps at both wide receiver and cornerback.
Yeah, both sides of the ball have to be replaced now. And he did say it's an opportunity for other guys to step up, and I think that's the only way they can move forward is everybody else has to step up and start making more plays, or else it could get bad fast.
And you know what? Maybe it's some guys on the roster step up this week, and then NFL trade deadline's coming up a little quick. So maybe you're looking at some guys from another roster that can help you out a little bit.
Hey, you called it, and we did ask some people online if they wanted to, chime in on maybe what they thought we should do. So let's go ahead and look at some of those questions.
All right, what we got?
So this first one right here is call for Waddle. This is from Queso.
Okay, yeah, look, Jalen Waddle, the Dolphins are definitely in sell mode. They are harsh sellers. Adding Jalen Waddle to the roster, I think I'll co-sign this one to 100%. The question is, are the Dolphins going to be willing to move him? There are already questions about Tyreek Hill, his future down there in Miami. Moving on from Jalen Waddle would be hitting the hard reset button, but would be a huge addition for the Jaguars. I'll give this one a long shot on the old radar, but definitely one that I would say a big thumbs up to if they could get it done.
Yeah, I don't think I would be bad with Waddle either. He's a smaller, faster kind of receiver.
Yeah.
Definitely can make plays. Let's go to the next one here. Now, this one says they should be sellers, not buyers. They need to get back into the first round of the draft.
Look, right now, I think they already got enough draft ammo. They have enough draft ammo where if they want to get into the first round, they can. Team's still 4-3. If they lose to the Raiders, then we could start talking about them being sellers instead of buyers. But right now, I think this team is still firmly in the, look, we want to win this season, maximize it, and maybe go get some help.
Yeah, every game's important, but I feel like this game against the Raiders just got a whole lot more important in terms of how the rest of the season outlook is. So that's a good call. And let's see, we got another one here. Jacoby Myers is actually coming back to Jax with us after the W. I like that one. I like the sound of that.
See, now we're talking. You just get him on the plane when the game's over and say, come on back. Jacoby Myers, wide receiver for the Raiders. He's already demanded a trade. The Raiders haven't moved him yet. He's got 1 year left on his contract. He would be a immediate fix for the Jaguars as far as that wide receiver room, give them a boost there, and a guy that would maybe open some doors for them.
Okay, let's go one more here. This is just pack it up for the year. The year is already a success.
Okay, I don't think they're going to pack it up for the year. We can almost rule that completely out. Too soon. But I do think, I understand the premise. I do think this year for Liam Cohen, we've already reached the landmark of this will be labeled a successful season, and you'll start building toward next year. I mean, I think for me, the biggest thing with the Travis Hunter injury is that going into next year, there are going to be question marks about this draft class up and down, because now Travis is hurt. Caleb Ransaw already missed most of the season. Jack Kaiser isn't playing. Wyatt Milam has spent most of the year not playing. So the only guys from this class you're really seeing, Rayon Lane, who's a late-round pick, playing a lot of special teams. LaQuint Allen and Bashal Tootin are both playing sparingly behind Travis Etienne. So we're going to have an unknown or completely around the draft class, their first draft class for these new guys. But we did have a couple other trade targets that we wanted to hit on.
We do. Hey, you got them right behind you. A.J. Brown, Shaheed, and Juwan Jennings.
Yeah, look, A.J. Brown I think's the long shot, but this was the one you wanted to talk about, right?
I think A.J. Brown would be the big splash he can make plays. I think that would change up. With the injury that happens, this would be a big change that could help benefit the Jaguars. I know people aren't sure about, the toxic locker room or if he's a diva. Sometimes you need a little bit of that, and I just feel like he could be the guy to kind of bring some more of that energy that kind of just got taken away with the energy.
If Philly would move him, I'm with you. Go get him. Rashid Shaheed, another guy that's been in a lot of trade rumors out of New Orleans. 1 year left on the deal. Small, dynamic playmaker down the field. I think he would be a good addition. Another guy in a similar position as Jacoby Myers is Juwan Jennings out there with San Francisco. 1 year left on his contract. Has demanded a trade, but San Francisco said they weren't trading him. Now, he's dealt with some injuries, some drop passes this year when he's come back from those injuries, so he's been a little banged up, maybe not playing his best football, but he is a tough-nosed receiver, and when he has been healthy for the 49ers, has turned into a leader for him and one of those kind of playmakers that you can depend on. So Jennings and Shaheed would be two guys that I'd keep an eye on if the Jaguars did ultimately decide to say, hey, we're going to go get another wide receiver to help bolster that room.
And Jennings and Myers, they're more like bigger body possession guys, ball catchers. That is kind of what the Jaguars need. I also feel like they're kind of the more likely picks if something were to happen. So
a little bit. It just depends on how they look at it. If you want the big body guy, yeah, Jennings or Jacoby Myers. If you want a guy who can give you that elusiveness, those short passes that you were getting from Travis Hunter, that's where Shaheed comes in, because he's a guy who you give him that little bubble screen and then let him make a guy miss and pick you up 4 or 5 yards. So it's just going to depend on what this team wants to be able to continue to do moving forward. And this week against the Las Vegas Raiders, most of these guys probably won't be on the team. Almost definitely will not be there on Sunday, but maybe moving forward. But we still got to talk about the game Sunday. We still got some time left here in Teal the Show. Coming up next, we'll talk about the Las Vegas Raiders. We'll put the play call in right after this quick break. All right, welcome back here into Teal the Show. So the Jaguars do have a big game on Sunday that has now gotten, it feels like, a little bit bigger against the Las Vegas Raiders. So the Raiders have struggled mightily this season, while the Jaguars have struggled their last 2 games before the bye week. Both teams coming off of a little bit of a break. This didn't feel like maybe a make-or-break game going in. It felt like one that the Jaguars should just go ahead and kind of walk away with the W. I think you hear a lot of people talk about those games that the Jags are supposed to win. But after a late week injury to Travis Hunter in practice, this game feels like it has a little bit more on the line, changes the trajectory of it a little bit.
Hey, I agree. And this is, I know it looks like the Raiders, it looks like this should be an easy one, but this is going to be a tough matchup. You know, Brock Bowers supposed to be back. They got Max Crosby. They've got some players. If the Jaguars aren't able to play like we've seen them play in some of those first 4 games, it could get ugly. Yeah,
it could. Look, it's an option. Taking down Brock Bowers and slowing him down is going to be a challenge. Brock Bowers is one of the most dynamic tight ends in the league. And, I mean, over the course of Jaguars history, tight ends have given them problems. So that is a big blow and a big boost for the Raiders getting him back healthy. Aston Genty has shown kind of sparks for them over the course of his rookie season so far. So we'll see. I mean, look, overall, I still feel pretty good about the Jaguars winning this game. I just don't think the Raiders are that good. I think... Here, you want a bold prediction for this one, Kyle?
Go for it.
Josh Hines Allen sets for the franchise sack record this week.
Okay, that's a bold one.
I'll roll with that one. I think it's this week. Geno Smith holds the ball. way too long. He's been sacked five times or more, multiple times this season. I think this is the week Josh gets what he needs.
Okay, hey, I'd love to see that. I know we've been pushing for it the past couple games. It hasn't happened. The pressures have been there, not the sacks. I will say, with Travis being gone, I think they do have to get back to the run game. Travis Etienne, LaQuint Allen, Bashal Tootin, get back to the run game, get back to physical, pound the football, and the defense get back to taking the ball away. That's their best chance of coming out with a W.
That's the best chance. All right, so are you still picking them to come out with a W?
I am going to pick them to come out. See, I told you this earlier. My heart says a big win, but my gut says it's a close one. So I'm going to give you a 24-14 Jaguar win. That's what I'm
24-14, that's pretty good.
Maybe a late touchdown in there. It's a closer game before that last touchdown.
All right, I'm still feeling decent enough about this team and where they're at. I think that getting back, this is going to force them to get back to the bread and butter of early in the season, and that's running the football. So this is, I feel like, going to be a big game for Josh Hines-Allen, big game for Travis Etienne. Jaguars rolling it. Give me 28-10. I think the defense gets back to their turnover ways out there in Las Vegas, and no gambling needed in this one as the Jaguars roll with a win.
You got the play sheet, Coach. Call the runs.
Hey.
You call them.
Hey, I write, gun week, X alert, go. I don't know. Yeah.
Ready, break.
Ready, break. On two. Look, I think the play is that the Jaguars are going to run the football all over the Raiders. They run out with a win, and nothing spooky about it the rest of the way. But we do have a long way to go the rest of the season, and hopefully you'll decide to spend a lot of that with us hanging out here on Teal the Show. That'll do it for us tonight on a spooky Halloween for Travis the Hunter and head coach Liam Cohen hanging out with you tonight on Teal the Show. Hopefully we'll see you on Monday night, maybe without the costumes, right? Or maybe we make them the rest of the week.
Maybe a victory Monday.
Maybe a victory Monday. Maybe a victory Monday here on Teal the Show. We'll be right here on Channel 4 at 11:20 on Monday night. Come hang out with us. Good night, everybody, and go Jags.